The savanna was unusually quiet that afternoon. A heavy sky pressed down on the land, clouds hanging low and motionless, as if the air itself was holding its breath. Tall grass swayed slowly in the dry wind, whispering against the legs of animals that moved carefully through the heat. Somewhere in the distance, vultures circled lazily, their wide wings cutting slow arcs in the pale sky, already drawn by instincts older than the land itself. Near a shallow watering hole, a massive African elephant bull stood alone. His skin was cracked and dust-covered, etched with deep creases and old scars, memories of battles survived decades ago. One tusk was shorter than the other, snapped near the base from a violent clash with a rival bull long since gone. Each breath he took was heavy and deliberate. His once powerful body moved with visible effort, joints stiff from age and long journeys across the plains. He had known leadership. He had known family. Now there was only silence. The herd he once guided had moved on weeks earlier, drawn by distant reins. Unable to keep pace, the old bull had fallen behind. In the wild, separation is rarely a choice, it is a sentence. Elephants rarely face danger when fully grown, but today was different. Hidden deep within the tall grass, almost invisible against the dry earth, a lioness watched him intently. Her body was low, muscles pressed tight beneath her coat, tail tip twitching in slow, controlled movements. She was not alone. Two more lionesses lay spread out in a loose crescent, their positions carefully chosen to limit the elephant's escape. They were veterans of many hunts. They knew the cost of failure. An adult elephant could crush them in seconds. A single step, a single swing of that massive trunk could end a life. Yet hunger had sharpened their judgment. Days had passed without a proper kill, and desperation is a powerful force. Predators do not hunt the strongest. They hunt the moment. The lead lioness lifted her head slightly, tasting the wind. It carried the elephant's scent clearly: sweat, dust, blood from an old wound reopened by long travel. Slowly, she shifted her weight forward. Each step was silent, practiced, precise. The elephant sensed it. His ears spread wide, catching faint disturbances in the grass. His trunk rose, curling as he pulled in the air. For several long seconds, he remained completely still, massive, unmoving, alert. In that moment, he was not weak or old. He was a giant. Then he turned. The savanna erupted. The lionesses burst from the grass in a coordinated rush, dust exploding beneath their paws. They avoided his head and tusks, circling wide. Their target was his foundation, the legs that carried all that weight. The elephant trumpeted, the sound deep and explosive, rolling across the plains like thunder. He spun, striking blindly with his trunk. One lioness was caught mid-leap and thrown hard into the dirt. She hit the ground heavily and lay still for a terrifying moment before dragging herself away. But the others pressed in. Claws tore into thick skin, teeth sank into muscle. Pain radiated through the elephant's body as one lioness latched onto his hind leg, her weight pulling against his already weakened joints. Another darted beneath his belly, delivering fast, precise bites before leaping back out of reach. The elephant charged, or tried to. His injured leg buckled, The ground lurched beneath him as his massive body staggered forward, sending clouds of dust into the air. He slammed his foot down with crushing force, narrowly missing a lioness who escaped by inches. Time stretched. Minutes blurred together in a haze of noise, dust, and exhaustion. The elephant's movements slowed. His breaths came in harsh, rattling bursts. Blood ran freely now, darkening the earth beneath him. Still, he fought. With a sudden surge of strength, he swung his trunk and struck one lioness square in the side. A sharp crack echoed across the plain. She collapsed, her body twisted unnaturally, breath coming in broken gasps before she managed to crawl away. The remaining lionesses paused. They circled wider now, wary, watching for signs of collapse. The elephant swayed, legs trembling violently. His eyes were wide, focused, filled not with panic, but with defiance. He tried to rise higher. His knees locked, his muscles screamed. Then, with a deep, hollow groan, the giant fell. The impact shook the ground. Dust rolled outward in heavy waves. The elephant struggled, pushing against the earth, trunk digging desperately into the soil. For a moment, it seemed he might rise again. He did not. Silence returned. Only his breathing remained, slow, labored, fading. The lionesses approached carefully, delivering the final bites with grim precision. There was no joy in it, no triumph, only survival. As the sun finally broke through the clouds, light spilled across the savanna, casting long shadows over the fallen bull. Vultures descended from the sky, settling patiently nearby. The lionesses stepped back, their bodies marked with wounds that would ache for weeks. They had paid a price, as predators often do. The savanna resumed its rhythm. Life continues. Even giants fall.